This is going to be part 2 of putting all the Premier League kits into a tier list, and obviously last time I did this, which was a little bit over a month ago when I ranked the home kits, this time it's going to be the away kits I'm ranking. I don't really have to give too much of an introduction because I've done this type of thing multiple times so far, so I'm sure you know what a tier list is and how I'm going to do this. But just in case you want to see, if you look at my tier list right here, I have multiple different categories with an A tier, B tier, C, and D, and then the top is the best shirt of 2022, which at the end of the video, I'll put one of these away kits into that section. And of course, at the bottom, I have the worst kit of 2022, which at the end of the video, when everything's already ranked, I will pick what I think is the worst away kit of the Premier League season for this year. Now, unlike with home kits, away shirts, you get a little bit more flexibility. Throw in a fun color here, a quirky design over here. You don't really have a template. So this is where I think the Premier League really strives. And there are some shirts here that I think are super top notch. But let's hop into this. And actually, the first shirt we're going to look at is the Arsenal away shirt of this season. And yeah, I mean, this is starting off with a bang already. I mean, Adidas, Arsenal, they just work so well together. They're doing this black and gold theme to it, which is something we've seen a lot over the past few years. But with this Arsenal shirt, I mean, they hit it out of the park. What I really like about this shirt, though, is the gray accents. These gray Adidas stripes, and even when you see the full kit and they have the gray socks and the gray stripes on the shorts, I think it looks super clean. And not only that, though, this design inside the pattern, again, Adidas, Arsenal, it goes back in history and they just make very nostalgic designs. So this kind of geometric-ish AFC pattern they have on the shirt, I think it looks super well. And you know, I don't know if many shirts are going to make it up into this A tier and potentially be my best shirt of the year. But I mean, for the first shirt that we're looking at, this Arsenal shirt, that is definitely up there in the A category. Next up is Aston Villa. And they have a Castore shirt, which, I mean, if you've seen my last home shirt video, I'm not the biggest fan of what Castore's doing. For this one, it seems super plain. I don't really like this watered down sky blue color they're using. I mean, for Aston Villa, it does seem like a, you know, traditional shirt, traditional collar design. I like the little trims, but I feel like I'm missing something here. This kind of vague lines going throughout it too. I'm not the biggest fan, and I think it's going to be a C tier because it's not bad, but it also really isn't that great of a shirt in my opinion. The next shirt we got is one that, as I've seen it over the past few months, I've been trying to figure out what I really think about this Bournemouth away shirt. Now, if you don't know, Bournemouth, they're kind of on, from my understanding, on the coast of England, so it's more of a beachy type feel. They got the water and everything, and I think what they're trying to show in this shirt is that kind of atmosphere with some palm trees, it looks like, and kind of a tropical vibe. But for me, I'm still struggling to figure out, does it fit with what I'd want from a Bournemouth shirt? And I feel like I keep coming to the conclusion that no, it's not what I want to see. I mean, I do appreciate using different ideas and stuff, especially in, you know, you get your away shirt, throw a little color on there. I do like this purple, but it's just a little awkward for me. And I know some people really enjoy this kit, but for me, it's not one of the best of the season. I think because it's more original, and especially for a Bournemouth shirt, I will put it in the B category. And I think a lot of that also comes with the color. I really like this kind of lavender they have on it, but it's probably low B, inching to a C territory, but I'll keep it in B for now. Next up is the Brentford Away shirt, and the first thing you see when you look at the shirt is Hollywood Bets. I mean, that sponsor doesn't fit well. This kind of awkwardly shaped star, I'm not a big fan of it. It looks like someone went in Photoshop and just drug one of the sides out a little bit too far. Other than that, though, it's an Umbro shirt. I think Umbro kind of is usually mediocre, and in this shirt, I think they kind of reign true to my beliefs. The things I do enjoy on this shirt are the thicker blue cuffs and also the throwback badge. I mean, with the castle design and the old school soccer ball on the bottom of it and the very plain typeface on it, it just looks like someone took it from the 90s and threw it on this shirt, which, I mean, I guess is technically what they did do to this shirt. But even the badge won't save it too much, as I think that's going to go right into the C tier. And then we get a little bit of a new color to add into the tier list with this Brighton Away shirt. Brighton for me is just a Nike template team. Every year they come out with designs that arguably are, you know, pretty decent, but they're all on a template shirt. And for me, I haven't seen this Brighton shirt until I was planning on this video, and I kind of dig what they have going on here. It's a Nike template that I haven't seen before, and I really enjoy this kind of orange color that fades into more of a darker orange on the topish. So overall, what I expect from a Brighton shirt is kind of just a clean-cut Nike kit, and this is what it is, and I think the color looks well, so that's gonna go in the B tier. And now we get into another Big Six club, and one of the first shirts that I'm really just not a fan of whatsoever, and it's the Chelsea away kit and this very weird, different horizontal band hoop style they have with this kind of lion abstract effect on the lines as well. There's just something with how these lines are positioned, and I think the gaps between them are just a little too large. And also when you look at the back of the shirt, it just very awkwardly fits around the name set. I think back to last year's Chelsea away shirt design with, as well as these hoops going across it with very awkward distances in between them. But for that one, I think because the line was just a very skinny line, black line right across, I like that one a lot better than when I look at this Chelsea shirt. My opinion changed a little bit. I thought it was maybe a little bit more doable after seeing it on the field, but then again, when I saw the back and how it fit around the name set, the kind of feeling went away, and this is still a D tier shirt in my opinion. And now we have Crystal Palace, and for their home shirt, I kind of threw a little shade their way, and it's the same here except not as much. You gotta understand that I don't really like marker textures on a shirt, so for this one, it just looks a little too childish. Again, it looks like a kid just colored it in. The one thing I will say is Crystal Palace, they always do a great job of connecting their home, away, and third kits. They always look like a complete collection, but because of that, for me, you got a marker design on the home and on the away. That's gonna dock it in my opinion. Even though I do like the band going down the middle, it's not something that I would buy, but it is better than the home shirt. That's gonna go in the C tier. And then you have the first Hummel kit on the list, and if you've watched any of my kit ranking videos or any of my collection videos, I love a Hummel kit, and I love a pink Hummel kit as well. I'm thinking about #United's pink Hummel kit this year. And this one, it has the same vibe to it, except this pattern they have on it is really not vibing with me. I don't even understand what it's supposed to be. It's these diamonds that kind of fade in, fade out, and have these lines across them. And for me, it's a little bit too much, as well as you have this steak.com sponsorship on it that also takes about every good thing that could be in this shirt away. This is not a pretty shirt in my opinion. And honestly, when you're using a pink shirt, especially in the Hummel design, and you look at the #United kit, this one let me down a lot, and it kind of hurts to put a pink Hummel kit into the D tier, but I mean, this is where this one belongs. That pattern is just something that should not be on a kit, at least in that kind of structure. And then we have Fulham's away kit, which is an Adidas template, and it's not a good one whatsoever. You have this weird blockish gradient style going over it. They tried relating it somewhat to the city, but I didn't buy the explanation. I don't even remember it because it was that bogus. And I mean, this is just an ugly shirt. Again, that bluish color doesn't look good. I think the sleeves stand out way too much from the actual body of the shirt, and it's kind of just hard to look at. It looks like a little bit of a TV static. That one is another D shirt. And then Leeds United, who actually have an Adidas shirt this year that you haven't seen on every other shirt, which is something that Leeds has been doing for the last few seasons, where they just take a template, make it white, make it yellow, and then go for it. Now, first off, I think that I'm not too big of a fan using tie-dye patterns on a jersey, and I know that the USMNT Nike kit is going to be this tie-dye pattern, and I'm still trying to wrap my head around if I even like that or not. I don't think I do. And for this one, it has the same kind of idea, and I'm really torn about this shirt because I'm trying to decide if I actually think it looks decent or if it just looks rubbish. And I mean, this one I'm probably the most back and forth on. I think I have to put it in the C category. Potentially it's a high C for me, but as of now, it's not something that I think I enjoy too much. And then we have Leicester City's away kit, which, I mean, you would like to say that it kind of is inspired by Charlotte FC's away kit this season. It's got the same kind of idea to it. It's this black base with these mint patterns, and To be honest, the Charlotte FC kit, even when I saw it in person, I loved it even more. But the difference for this shirt is the collar is definitely not as good as that Charlotte shirt. I mean, this checker that goes around, it kind of feels like it's crammed into the cuffs and collar. I don't think it looks that great. It takes a little bit of the points from me, but the colorway still holds up really strong here, and I'm gonna put this in the B tier. And now we have Liverpool FC's kit, which is this very abstract optical illusion type look with these very fun colors of some blues, whites, blacks, a little bit of red. And just to start off, man, I think I really enjoy this kit. Even the cuffs that are a little bit larger than usual, I've seen some people talk about how that takes away from the shirt. But for me, I think it looks great. Even the back, which doesn't have the design and it goes into the white, I think it holds up pretty well. And I think that simplicity with the crazy front of the shirt actually adds in that little bit for me that makes me enjoy the shirt even more. And even though it's a little bit much, I do think it is on par with that Arsenal away shirt. So this one is gonna be definitely potentially the best shirt of the year. And then we have the first Puma shirt on the list, and newsflash, I don't really like what Puma does. I think a lot of their designs fall flat. They try some interesting things and I don't think it pulls off. And for this one, I get what they're trying to do here. This whole season for Manchester City is supposed to be these throwback shirts to honor the late Colin Bell. Now for the red and black, City have actually used these colors influenced by AC Milan back in the day, so that's why it's brought up in this shirt. But the issue is these diagonal lines. I don't think it looks that great. I do love the yellow accents on the badge and the sponsors and everything, but those diagonal lines really pull it off for me, and especially the blank black shoulders also take away from the shirt. I think you straighten those lines up, and we've seen Manchester City straight vertical red and black shirts before. I think this shirt is one of the best of the season. Because you tilt them, it really takes away from the shirt, and I think this is definitely in the C tier. For Manchester United, you have also another retro design, but a little bit more simple with this white base. The design on the collar and cuffs, some diamonds. I don't remember the last time I've seen a club do something like that, so that's a nice feature to the shirt, as well as the Adidas stripes on the sleeves being different colors. I really think that is something Adidas could play into a little bit more, and I feel like you haven't seen that over the last few years. Where I'm taking away from this shirt though is the shield around the crest. I think for the home shirt, it fits in super well, especially with that fold over collar. But in this shirt, I think that just the badge itself would have looked a lot better. But I still think that this shirt really holds up on its own, and I'm excited to see it a little bit more on the pitch. And I think that this one is going into that B tier. And for the next shirt, we have maybe the most controversial shirt of the season, and it's Newcastle United's away shirt. And the reason people are kind of pointing fingers at it, looking at it a little bit different, is it's green and it's white, and it's something Newcastle United hasn't really ever done before, and it's coming right after the Saudi Arabian owners took over Newcastle. If you don't know, Saudi Arabian shirts, they kind of look just like this. So some people are saying that they're just trying to cater to more Saudi Arabian fans and grow this club over in that country. And I actually think that has some truth to it, and I don't think you can just shoo it away as just a coincidence. Take away that storyline, the shirt's just a little bit plain. For story, they don't really add these little features that you might see, say, in the Manchester United away shirt, that make the shirt feel a little bit more premium. So I think for this one, it has to go into the C category, because yeah, it's not a bad shirt whatsoever, but also there's nothing that makes it a good shirt. And now we have Nottingham Forest, the winners of the best home shirt of 2022, in my opinion. But for the away shirt, it's a different story. I think these two colors, this yellow and this blue, they're obviously two kind of bright colors that clash a little bit. Unlike in the home shirt where you have this red and a darker red that made these patterns on the sleeves look really great, in this shirt, it just makes them stand out way too much. It literally is the same template from the home shirt into the away shirt, but it's all about colors for this shirt. And I think with these colors, it's just kind of ugly. That is going into the D tier. And going from a really bad D tier shirt, I'm saying it already, this is an A tier shirt. Southampton, you have outdone yourself with this. And guess what? It's a Hummel shirt, which again, I'm tooting the Hummel bandwagon here, but they are just making some of the best products out there. This is such an original design, and with these two different shades of blue broken up by this yellow in the middle of it as well, in this very abstract pattern, this is one of the best shirts of the season. Yeah, I'm gonna say that the sponsor does take away a little bit from it. The sports bet, it doesn't really fit in here. An interesting design that even looks great on the pitch. This shirt is one of the best of the season. Southampton and Hummel, you have outdone yourself. And now we have the Spurs shirt, which is kind of surprisingly the only shirt that falls under this very bad Nike template. Again, this thing that goes over the shoulders and the thing under the neck just looks super awkward. It kind of looks like a swimsuit, and especially in these colors with this blue, black, and this Volt yellow. I'm usually a fan and am a fan of the centralized crest and badge in this shirt, but the whole rest of it just looks super awkward. Now, with a lot of bad shirts though, there is this part of me that really enjoys them because they're so hated. But overall, it's not a shirt I want to wear, and I think most people would put it in the D tier, maybe have it as their worst shirt of the season. But for me, again, I kind of have this guilty pleasure of looking at it and seeing it on the field, so I'm gonna put it in the C tier. And then for the penultimate shirt, it's West Ham, and it's a very simple base, black, white, but the cuffs do add that little bit extra. I do enjoy the colors, this pink and this blue, and the white also, and this very blocky texture on it. I think it looks great, but I don't know if those cuffs are enough to take it anything above a B tier or anything into the B tier. I think it's a little bit lackluster. Maybe if there was a panel between the front and the back, maybe a little bit on the collar, maybe actually even if the crest and logo were in this pink or blue color, that could have added to the kit. But for me, I'm a little bit let down. I feel like it's not fully finished, and for that reason, that's going to go in the C tier. And finally, before we get into the best and worst shirt of the year, in my opinion, we have this Wolf shirt, and it's a story kit, and it's one that I'm not impressed by whatsoever. Pretty sure their home kit as well was one that I was teasing to be my worst shirt of the year, or maybe it even was the worst shirt of the year. And for this one, it's also a contender to be one of the worst shirts that I've seen in this away shirt category. This green on it, or this bluish, tealish color, I don't think works well with the yellow. This geometric pattern in the middle too doesn't do anything for me. This shirt is going into the D tier in the same category that their home shirt was for this year as well. And for now, the worst shirt of 2022, my options are between Chelsea, Everton, Fulham, Forest, and Wolves. And honestly, I want to say that Chelsea's in this conversation, but because they tried something with these pattern hoops and some people actually really enjoy that shirt, I'm not going to take them into consideration here. And that leaves me with Everton, Fulham, Forest, Wolves. All of them are some very odd colors with some very interesting designs on them, but I think that Fulham are definitely the worst shirt of the season with this template design that just doesn't look good. And I think they could have made the template look all right if they didn't use these very bizarre colors. Again, the sleeves on this one and the colors of the sleeves and how it's just totally apart from the rest of the body really kills the shirt for me. This shirt is gonna be my worst shirt of 2022. And now, for the moment everyone's been waiting for, the best shirt of 2022. It's between three clubs, and I think three really, really great shirts. I think all of them deserve to be the best shirt of the year. And man, I love the Arsenal shirt. I really love the Liverpool shirt, but I love what this Southampton shirt is doing. I mean, again, it's something that I feel like I haven't seen before, and it's the same thing with that Liverpool shirt where I haven't seen anything like it, but the colors on this really do it for me. And yes, that Liverpool shirt is super tempting, and honestly, I kind of want to say they're on par, but if I have to choose one of them, it's going to be Southampton. So they are my best shirt of 2022, and that completes the list. I mean, that is all 20 Premier League away kits ranked, and if you want to see the Premier League home kits ranked, just look at a few videos ago or press the I button up in the corner of the video. Feel free to let me know what your best shirt of the year is for the Premier League away kits, and also let me know what your worst shirt is. If potentially you guys like this, maybe I'll go into the third shirts in the next video. I think almost every Premier League team has a third shirt, and there are some extremely odd ones in there. So maybe in the future we'll be able to go over those. But until then, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time.